Facebook. How's everybody this morning? Hey, I thought I'd come out early this morning and just share some information. It came in my spirit, just came on my heart just to share. I thought about WIIFM. WIIFM acronym. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for you? And it's something to think about, especially in my profession. Direct sales, some people call it network marketing, some people call it multi-level marketing. But it's a business model. It's a business model, and the business model is I am the distributor. I am the independent distributor. And what I do is I produce or I share a product or service to the end user, which is the consumer. And of course, I am a consumer also, but I share that because see, it's not like um, the business model is not like a brick and mortar. Like say for instance, McDonald's, Burger King, 7-Eleven, Subway. Those are brick and mortar, and they're a chain. But the thing about it is, and of course you could purchase a part of that brick and mortar if you choose to invest that way. But the thing about it is, you, upwards of I'm gonna just say, and this probably on the low end, I'm gonna just say $200,000 maybe you can buy into part of the chain, brick and mortar. But what I do is not a brick and mortar, but it has the same benefits. And now I'm not a tax man, I'm not a CPA, but the business model has the same benefits as a brick and mortar. In other words, there are things that you can write off on your taxes, and I just share that because I've experienced it, so I know it's true. But the thing about it is, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for you? What's in it for you is I introduce a service to the marketplace, um, a product to the marketplace. And the thing about it is, when we do that, we are the individuals that advertise the service or product. You're not going to see it on TV. You're not going to see it advertised on radio, because the money that would be used to advertise on TV or radio, the independent distributor gets that from the company. Now, not all companies are for everybody. You have to get something that really fits your character, and you have to think about if really you want to do that or pursue that particular business model or platform. You got to believe in your company. You got to believe in the product or service that you're presenting to the marketplace. Most of all, you have to believe in yourself. That's what's important. And I think that sometimes individuals get the model have been the business model have been so misconstrued because everybody is chasing the bag these days. Everybody want that mean green, and everything is not green on the other side. If one is chasing the bag, then whatever comes along that look good, then that's where you're gonna go. I myself am not a multitasker. I like to stay focused basically on one thing. And, if I got to pivot, I got to pivot, whatever. But if I'm believing in what I'm doing, individuals say, hey, well, I got this, I got that. I want you to take a look at this. I want you to take a look at that. All of that's well and good. But for the most part, I don't, because I'm focused on what I'm doing. And if I take the time out to look at something else, to me, I'm saying to myself, well, if you're doing that, then evidently you're not interested in what you're doing. And so I stay away from that. But I share it because I think it's important that individuals understand sometimes when you're out there, you're in the marketplace, things are going to happen. You talk to people. If you don't like to talk to people, hey, learn to talk to people. Learn to speak to people. All of this is just something that is learned. One, whatever they're into, have to get skilled at what they do. I work on being skilled at what I do. This is what's going to happen. When I talk with individuals, either I'm going to make an acquaintance, I'm going to make a friend. They might become a customer. They might be a business partner. Or if push comes to shove, the worst thing that can happen is an individual tell me no, but they might say not yet, but I might have made a friend, an acquaintance, as I said, business partner, client. So you meet people, you learn about people, you learn things, and it's good to be able to do that. It's good to be able to open yourself up in a different realm of living, because one might think about whether I'm an introvert or an extrovert. Sometimes I think it's just the position you find yourself in. Sometimes you got to be an extrovert. Sometimes you got to be an introvert. Having 2 ears and 1 mouth so you can listen twice as much as you talk, as was shared with me, or the other, the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. So whatever you're doing, some activity is going to be involved. And if an individual is not willing to take on the activity, then sure, well, hey, it didn't work for me. I was in for a week. My cousin told me that it wasn't going to work, so I'm not dealing with it. The thing it is, individuals make decisions for themselves. I make decisions for myself. You make decisions for yourself. But if an individual is going to make a decision for you, then you got to understand something is wrong with that picture. If an individual is going to make a decision for you, then what you're saying is, I believe more in what they're telling me than I believe in myself. And that's not so, because we all have that. I like one, and I got to share this with you so that you know where I'm coming from. In the Bible, in the scriptures, in Psalms, I believe 139th chapter, the 14th verse, it talks about we are being fearfully and wonderfully made. That's everybody. Everybody. Fearfully and wonderfully made. So you got to look at yourself that way. You're fearfully and you're wonderfully made. So what's in it for me? Providing a service to the marketplace. That's what's in it for me. Activity. That's what's in it for me. Because you got to do something. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Nothing is gained, nothing ventured. So you have to venture to see. You have to take a risk to see. I think Steve Harvey was the individual that said you take the leap and you grow wings going down. All of it is important, but something is going to be what's in it for me. Is not like, well, I want to take something from you, because I'm a giver. I've always been a giver. I don't give to get. I get because I give. And that's one of the most important things, one of the most important lessons I've learned in life. I love to give. So I'm a get because I give. I'm a get because I give. I don't give to get. So if I could leave something with you that's important, what's in it for me, what's in it for you, providing a service to the marketplace, a product or service, I think is one of the greatest things an individual could do. For me, is doing something that I didn't have a clue that it could unfold the way it unfolds. I learned more about myself from a self-development standpoint, because there are things in us that we don't even know about until we put it to the test to find out. I remember Sister Hill. She's transitioned now. Lovely, lovely, lovely woman that said you don't know how much God you need till you find out that God is all you got. So you don't know how much you have inside of you to give until you find that there's a reason to give, there's a reason to serve, but that choice is yours, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, to whom you want to do it with, what organization you want to be with, or whatever. All of those things are important, but the growth process of an individual, it doesn't come from getting. The growth process comes from giving. And what's in it for me? The point again is, either when I talk with individuals, it's not about making a sale all the time, but if I make an acquaintance, or if I make a friend, or it might be a business partner, or it might be a client, or it might be a referral. And if none of those things happen, one thing I know for sure is that sometimes one have to make themselves vulnerable to the marketplace, vulnerable to other people to find out exactly who they are. So what's in it for me? What's in it for you? What's in it for me is just to live happy, knowing that I'm providing a good service to the marketplace, knowing that might not be for everybody, but I'm going to learn something every day. And I'm not going to even put out there on this video the company or service that I provide. That's something that I will do if you ask me, because you always can direct message me, or you can call me at 301-586-2177, 301-586-2177, or you could go to my link tree. That's linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. That's linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. And you'll see some things that I do. But anyway, I just wanted to stop on Friday morning. Hey, it's Friday, and when I was working, I would always say TGIF, thank God it's Friday. But you know, it's TGIM, TGIT, TGIW, TGIT, TGIF, TGIS, TGIS. Every day. Thank God for every day that you wake up and take a breath, because that's what it's all about. If you're not breathing, you know, something else going on. But anyway, hey, what's in it for me? What's in it for you? Have a great day. You're going to have a great day on purpose anyway, because you're living. And whatever you do, do it because you enjoy doing it. All right, till the next time.